just about kits, about yeah, just like having a bad kit launch and you're like, shit, am I falling off? And then it's nice to get a good one in the bag.
Yeah, 100%. I think because the last one was boom bap, maybe not as many people were interested. It still sold well, but not as much as like a typical drill one that I'd do. But this one, because it's trap, I think most people that make drill probably make a bit of trap as well. Like some sounds can cross over as well. So yeah, people seem to really like this one, which is good to see.
Yeah, that's good. Was it the same price as the boom bap one, or was it a bit different?
No, I think we did it for the same price. I've been sticking to like that $49 mark for the launch. It's just like, I think everyone just has a different audience, don't they? So I've tested a few different prices, and then this one seems to work kind of well. I think maybe my audience are quite young, so not everyone has like a large amount of money to spend on kits and everything, which I appreciate. So yeah, I think that's why I decided to make it so low, especially compared to like, you know, like some bundles that you see people put out and they're like hundreds of dollars. So it's like yeah, they must have an audience that are willing to pay that. But I've tested a few different things, and I've just noticed if I put it up like too much, even to a price where I think it's reasonable because I've spent so much creating the kit, then it just doesn't get the same response. So you just got to find that sweet spot, don't you? You just got to test it with your own audience just to see what works best.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well, like, we've already put out, I mean, how many bundles have you put out now? 4? 5?
Done 3 drill ones, boom bap one, and then this is the trap one.
And the trap, yeah.
Oh,
I guess there was the vault one as well.
Oh, but,
yeah. But I guess like in the grand scheme of things, that's still not like a lot of that product. So it's good. It's good that you've like tried it low, tried it high, and then now you've like found the price point that like people that you know like people are gonna, you know, they're gonna be happy to pay. So
yeah, of course.
I think that's
and it'll go up like a little bit after the launch week. So that's like the launch bonus to get it at that price. And then it won't go up too much, but obviously a bit more than the launch week price.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, I was gonna say I noticed the Carvy's bundle was like 97.
Oh yeah.
And then that's the highest I've seen for a bundle. But I don't know, I've probably seen higher than that, but it's not like a all-in-one bundle. It's more like a bundle of other, like, you know, like an all-in-one bundle of like old kits, and it's like $150 for like 10 kits or something.
Right.
But yeah.
But if you see like stuff like Sci Mikes do, for example, they might sell it for like a few hundred sometimes. You know,
really?
like they pack theirs out as well. I think so. Yeah, they've definitely done some that have been like at least 200.
Yeah, their kits are like huge, aren't they? They got like 5 gigs, like 10 gigs worth of sounds in there.
Yeah, they do have like loads of loops in there. So yeah, maybe there's a lot more in there.
Yeah. Yep.
How's yours going as well? The Mellotron back, is it fully finished now?
Yeah, it's finished. I just needed to add that get the installation stuff right.
Oh yeah, did you figure it out in the end?
Yeah, I just needed to bounce it. I already had it in Analog Lab, but I just needed to just export the lab file version of it directly through that.
Rather than the other one.
And now it works fine. So yeah, it's good to go. I'm dropping a free version of it today, and then hopefully get some feedback from it, and then I'll drop the full version a week today. So yeah,
sick, man. Has it been a while since you did a single kit? Because you've been doing bundles as well, haven't you? But this one's just the one kit.
Yeah, I think even the last kit was like a smaller bundle. It was like the 808 kit, and then there's like a drum kit in there, and then some like a little bonus course and stuff. So yeah, this is the first time I've just done like one by itself. I was gonna make this one part of a bundle, but since because I've been working with Dark Label, I need to. Honestly, I was just like, I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna have time, but it's just gonna take ages to finish it and put it out and promote it. So,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I'll just keep it simple for this one. Make a nice little single kit.
Will still be good though. Like I flicked through the sounds the other day when you sent it me, and it was sounding like nice, man. It was sounding like good quality stuff. I haven't cooked up with it yet, because I was out all yesterday as well. But it seems good. Like I'd definitely use something like that, because whenever I open Analog Lab, I'm jumping to like even a Mellotron or just certain banks that I've got.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I just thought like when I'm making beats and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I need like, I'm always jumping to this VST for flutes or like this VST for keys.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just try and make a whole bank that I would normally use anyway. It's mainly like wind and brass focused.
Nice.
For some reason, Mellotron's not very good at basses. Whenever you put a one shot into Mellotron, it like stretches it kind of weird, and because I guess it like adds some like tape, some kind of tape saturation and like
yeah,
like
it kind of dirties it up a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not the best. It's good for like realistic basses, you know, like a double bass or stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of struggled with basses, so I only put a couple in there.
So were you getting people to play one shots of the actual instruments to load in?
Yeah, so I played a few of them myself. So I got this.
Oh, nice.
Like I showed you before, it's like, it sounds like a flute. It's the Ocarina preset.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds quite nice. So yeah, I played that myself. I played a couple of my guitars, and then the rest of it I just fivered it. Found like a flute player because it was not everyone did just like, it was like a weird question.
Yeah,
like,
just
the
one shots. Yeah, it's a weird request, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, I found enough people to take care of it, and then
do they have to play like multiple notes as well, or does everyone just play C and then Mellotron does the rest?
Yeah, Mellotron does the rest, but like it's weird because some instruments, like a piano, for example, some of them sounded like in the high notes, it sounded like a guitar because it stretches it and it sounds really tinny. So yeah, some of them. Well, I asked for like a few different versions from each person, like one like a soft played one, a medium, hard, that kind of stuff. But then obviously I just picked the best one and then
of course,
drag that in. So, but yeah, it's finally ready. And then I was having trouble with the website as normal, just getting issues making the sales page. But
oh man, it's stressful when just something. There's always some technology that gets in the way. It could just be something minor that takes up like way too much of your day.
Yeah, you got to go and pay some coder to look at it, and then it takes a couple of days to get back. It's literally just one thing, like an audio player or like just some text or something.
Are you using gem pages still?
Yeah, still using that.
Yeah,
Like, it's good because they recently updated it. It was like version 6 and now it's version 7.
Right.
And they got some good stuff in there now. So, do you ever look at your page design, or like do you ever do it? You know, like do you ever sort of look at the back end of it still, or?
Sometimes, I mean, I check them out sometimes, but I'm not great with gem pages. So when he build it, I'll open it up and kind of see what's going on, and I can change some simple stuff. But I haven't built a full site with gem pages, so I'm not the best with it. It would be helpful to like know a bit more about it, but because those guys are doing it now, I just haven't been like just going into it just to try and recreate it or anything. It just didn't seem kind of pointless, but I mean it would be a good skill to have, because I can't remember the one I was using before. I had something before gem pages, but I forgot the name. It's like one of their competitors, but then gem pages just seemed to have a bit more than that one. That's why we switched over. Obviously those guys have been building them out now, but I mean I can see some stuff that they're doing, but some of it looks a bit confusing. What were you stuck on? What was the issue?
It was just it's always the audio player every single time I make any page. I just basically I wanted to change the color of it because the site's kind of like bright and similar vibes to the artwork. So I wanted to make it black. Excuse me, and just make it stand out. So I asked the guy that coded it the first time to change it to black, but he installed it onto like the main code of the whole website. So if you change that one to black, then everything would change to black. So so I just said, don't worry about it, I'll just change the background color and we'll keep it white. So it's so it's only a small thing really. It's only literally just a color. But
did you have it? I wonder if you had it like how I had it on my site before these guys built it, where so in Shopify do you have to go into your settings, don't you, and you go into like the file section and you have to upload the MP3s there, and then you go into the product, is it? You go into something and then you have to like copy the file name and the title name.
I think with my one, it's just you just put in gem pages, you just put a custom code block, and then you just put the
in
code
gem
in.
pages, right? Okay.
Yeah, and then you take the file from Shopify, the code, the link,
Yeah.
the link from it, and you just paste it into the code, and then it recognizes that file, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, maybe this was like my old one before I was using gem pages or any landing page builder. It might have just been like the native Shopify pages that I needed to do that for.
And they had an audio player, or did you have to put like extra code in?
Yeah, Shopify don't have one. They have like some shitty app that will let you do something, but it's only for like playing like a main beat or something, but it doesn't look that great. But yeah, this was something that someone coded. But I just remember back then I had the similar issues where it was kind of tricky to like change the color, and it sort of copied like the same template across to every page. So if, let's say for example, on one page I just wanted 3 samples playing, it would show up with all 9, because like some pages I had like 9 samples playing, then some pages I only wanted like preview 3, but then it's got like all 6 empty spaces or something. So
yeah,
I was just getting things like that, but we've worked it out now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I looked at the trap page. It looks super clean. I think every new page they put out, there's like something new in there. I'm like, yeah, that looks sick.
Thanks, man. Yeah, they've been going in with the pages recently.
Yeah,
so I don't think I won't be able to make something like that. But it's one of those things, if you put time in, like maybe you can at one point, but I guess that's why you hire marketing guys, because they're doing it loads. So I'm never going to be able to put that much time into it.
Yeah, it's the main thing in it, so they can make it 10 times better than we could.
Yeah, exactly.
What's new for you then? What you been up to?
This week, so just filming on Monday for YouTube. Tuesday, I've just been editing. Remember when we went to London and we met up with Sydney? We filmed that session. Obviously, I lost the footage from that day, and then the next day, I linked up with one of the engineers at Splice, and we filmed like a whole course. And I've been meaning to put this course out for the Creators Club members since then, but I just had like loads of issues. It was like one thing after the other. I had my editor was working on it at one point, and then she had to take a break, and I didn't want to like start when she'd edited half of it, so I was kind of waiting for her to come back. And then when she came back, she could only do like little bits. Found a different editor in the meantime, but that didn't work out. And then when I started editing it, I realized there was like audio issues. So man, when we were in that session, you know when you go into like a studio and they've just got like so much equipment and so many wires routing everywhere, it just makes it so hard to like screen record that audio with all the different routings and everything. Like the engineer that was there, he was saying like it's just not even possible with the amount of routing that's going on. Like he's tried to do it himself, and he knows it like the back of his hand, so he knows where everything's routed, but he was like, for whatever reason, we just can't record the screen. So we had to use so there's a plugin from Waves called, what's it called? It's basically like a stream plugin. So you upload it on, or you pull it up on like the master channel on one computer, and then let's say for example, if I pulled it up on my master channel, you could pull the same plugin up on your master channel or whichever channel, and you take like the QR code, or I'd copy the link, and then you could stream like my audio. So I'd be like making a beat, but then you can hear it live at your side. So it was developed for collabs, so just to like send audio in real time. But you can't like see what you're doing, so it's a bit strange. I don't know like exactly how it works with collabs, but anyway, we figured that all right, he'd have to break down his session on his computer, pull up that on the master, and then I'd have to pull it up on my computer and screen record so I could take the audio. And it was just a fucking mess, man. It was just like like we recorded the whole thing like that. It took like 2 hours to figure out because we're getting other issues, but anyway, we recorded the whole thing, and then I finally started editing that, and then realized I didn't have like the screen audio from like the whole first video, which is like one of the main ones. So it's just been a disaster, but I'm just trying to make it work. I've edited quite a few of the videos now, and it's just that one where I don't really have the screen audio, but it's just taking forever to edit. So I've been working on that this week, because I've been like promising the guys that I'd drop that, I feel bad that it hasn't been out yet.
Yeah.
And then yesterday was quite interesting actually. So yesterday I linked up with a rapper called Diaries. I don't know if you know him from the UK. He's he was like big in the grime days. Like a lot of people know him in the UK. He's like sick as well. Like just a really talented writer and artist. Like he can just come up with things so fast and just his like delivery is just so nice. It's sick.
Yeah.
But we were creating a track for a new brand called Arcade. It's a lager. It's a Manchester-based lager. So we met up with the owner yesterday. He owns like a few other different businesses, like that Yard and Coop in Manchester. I don't know if you know that. It's a restaurant there.
Right.
So he owns that, and then he's just releasing this Arcade. Very switched on guy, like very business minded. So he's going to be putting like loads into this brand, and then we just wanted to create some audio for it, almost like a theme song or just something they could use in like videos or wherever. So we had a guitarist come around because we were trying to capture that, like, I don't know, when you think of like Manchester music, obviously you think of Oasis and then people like that, but then they wanted something like fresh as well, like something more modern. So I'm like, how are we gonna blend like a Manchester sound with my sound? Because like when we had the guitarist there yesterday, as soon as he played a melody, it's just like nothing I'd usually work with. It just sounds too happy. Like all my beats
like
are dark, man. Yeah. So I was like, man, what drums to do? I was putting like some boom bap drums in. I was like, this isn't really the vibe. And then I was just like, let's just try some standard trap drums because it's just easy. We'll just lay it down so we've got an idea. And it kind of worked. And then Az was vibing with it, so he wrote to it. Just wrote this mad like catchy hook for this Arcade track. So we worked on that yesterday. We just had like
Nice.
the day in the studio and worked on some other stuff after. Yeah, hopefully they like it. We'll send it back to them and see what they think. But the guy, like, when we met up with him, he was real excited for us to work on something. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, sounds
something
good, man.
different, something to get me out of the house for a bit.
Sounds more like not like a session where you just make beats and then record it. It's more of a objective, almost like sync, I guess. Like you got like a proposal to kind of meet. Yeah, sounds interesting, man. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Is it almost like, not like obviously not like TV style, but is it like kind of like sync, like a sync kind of vibe?
Yeah, that kind of vibe. So we're not thinking about like where it can be played on like radio and stuff. It's just like, right, let's just make something for this brand. We had a bit of a brief, like understanding their values, their ethos, and then we had to just go away and create something that we think would be right for it. Yeah. So it was kind of interesting to work like that. I can't lie, I felt a bit lost at first because I'm so used to just like cooking up beats. So when this guy was just playing this like sort of happy guitar melody, I'm like, right, where do I even go from here? I don't know what instruments to add on top. Like, it's just so alien. So
yeah,
but yeah, I think it works. It's kind of like a simple beat, but yeah, it's hard to explain. I'll send it you and see what you think. But
yeah,
hopefully we got it right.
Yeah, I'm sure you have, man. I'm sure you picked the right guy.
We'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
How about you?
It's been a bit busy, to be fair. I've just been, because I got back from holiday and then I was like, okay, I need to catch up on everything. So I didn't want to fall behind on the type beat stuff because I just want that to like keep going until something like substantial happens, and then can kind of document it along the way and just actually tell people how, just tell people how it was for a video. So yeah, Monday I made a few beats in Croatia, just quick ideas, 8-bar loops, just in the pattern maker. So I finished all those beats. So I had to get like, normally it's just 7 beats. So I normally have like, I'll just finish 7 beats and then upload it every Monday. But I had to do double because it was because of the holiday. So I had to upload 14 beats on Monday, and then I was just long. It's like took like twice the amount of time. Sort a few emails out for the kit. Plan a few like short form content ideas for the kit, and then write a script for a YouTube video for the kit as well. And then just kind of catch up on stuff, and then obviously with the kit stuff as well, just adds a bit of extra work onto it. And what else? And then there's some of the dark label stuff. Yeah, outside that, just normal stuff really, but just been a little bit busy, and you just got a few extra things to do. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Which one are you prioritizing at the moment?
What do you mean? Like what?
Like
which
out of
what
everything,
certain
you've got
tasks.
like the dark label stuff, you've got the kit dropping, and then obviously the beat uploads. Because sometimes, like when I start my day, like I'll write things down, like just like pen and paper. I'll be like, right, what's the most like important things I have to do today? And I just try and write like 3 to 5 things, and then I'll make one of them a priority. And I'm like, right, as long as I can do like this one task, I'll feel like I've sort of accomplished something today. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, no, I get that. I think the main priority is the kit at the minute, so that's been taking up most of the time, like editing this video that's coming out today, and then sorting out the short form stuff. And I've had a bunch of sponsors reach out, or like all at once in 1 week. It's that
That
season
always
again.
happens, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So just been replying to them and stuff, and then the Sonable stuff as well. But yeah, just the kit really. That's been taking up like most of the
Right.
time, and then just trying to squeeze everything else in as well.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not been too bad though. Not been too bad. I actually
Right.
I was at the gym yesterday, and I didn't realize, I didn't think this would happen in Laos, but some guy walked up to me. He was like, "Do you do YouTube?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." But I love it. I was like, "Yeah." It was like some like normal guy. He didn't look like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what a producer looks like, but yeah, he didn't look like he makes beats. But yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I do beats, do like trap beats and stuff." Seen you and Jay Cactus, and he brought up you, brought up Ocean. I was like, "Damn,
That was sick.
all the way from
That's
Laos."
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, in your hometown. It's mad when that happens in like your local area, isn't it?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
man, this is like, I don't know. It's almost like you say space. You think no one knows around here. This is just like a small little village, and then it happens.
Yeah.
You're like, what? This is crazy.
yeah. That was weird. It's the first time it's happened for a long time, to be fair. So wasn't expecting it, but it was funny.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's cool when it happens though. It makes you think that you're doing something right. Because you forget that these people
Yeah.
watching are humans, don't you? It's just you look at the numbers, and then you don't really think of them as all these humans there watching it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's quite it's like reassuring. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah,
So
that's sick,
yeah,
man.
it's all good. But yeah, other than that, man, just normal stuff really. Getting close to starting actually doing work for, not work for them, but like work, doing the work that we're planning for Dark Label.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just sort of planning an offer on Monday.
How's it
I'm
going
gonna
with
try
them
and-
so far?
Yeah, it's good. It's been kind of like just going through all the curriculum and like just
Right.
learning their process and
Okay.
what's going to be required to do it. So yeah, on Monday I've got like the 4th call with the main guy, and then we're going to start going through stuff I can start doing to
Yeah.
get some clients basically. So
Nice.
yep.
Yeah, it's sounding
Yep.
promising, man. It'll just be a nice change, I guess, to like just switch up your whole workflow and routine.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be nice to just work with people. I think like one to one,
Yeah.
artists and producers as well. Hopefully, it'll help the content ideas too.
I think
Cause
when you know for sure that you're getting paid as well, because maybe it was different when you had that year of just going to sessions, because you weren't like getting paid up front for the sessions, but then stuff can happen if they end up using the tracks. But whereas with what you're doing now, it seems like they're going to be paying maybe up front, or maybe even paying a deposit, I'm guessing, before
Yeah.
you work on a project with them. So it's like, okay, you're locked in, you know the series because they're paying you, and you're actually working with an artist then, and it's not just like, oh, let's just see if something happens from this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I say, 2023 was a good year, but it was just like, it was a bit of a time and money investment, just travel, getting to the studio, and
Yeah.
basically spending a lot of time not being able to take care of anything else, like working on kits and working on my own stuff. So yeah, it was a lot of like,
course.
it was a lot of like just investment into that, and it just kind of took away a lot of time. Whereas this is kind of good because you just kind of frame it as more of like a proper producer. I think it's more helpful for us. I don't think we realize how much we can offer an artist as well, especially like a smaller independent artist, because they might not know the ins and outs of like certain things, and when it comes to getting their stuff mixed, maybe they've got a guy, but like they do a good enough job, but they're not like super happy with it. So if they can find someone who can produce, they've got connections. Either they can mix and master themselves, or they can they've got good connections of people that can do it to a high standard.
Would you offer
can just-
mixing services to these people as well?
I will in the beginning, and then I might outsource it, or I might just outsource it from the beginning, and then just add it to the the fee.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just more of like a whole like in-house thing. It's just like it seems like more of a better process for like me as a producer and for the artist, because then like they're getting a song that they actually really fuck with. They've got someone who they can jump on calls with, throughout the duration of the project. They're not just buying, just buying a beat and recording. And then you can even help them on like the content side of things, because we've got, a lot of know-how on that, and you just package it to whatever they, whatever issues they're having. That's how you kind of put it to them, and you can kind of, you just kind of help all those pain points instead of just making a beat, them recording it, and then you just leave it with them to take care of the rest. So
yeah, definitely. No, it makes sense. Yeah, I like the idea, man. Have you got into the phase where you're planning on how to find these people? Like, is it all going to be through like Instagram, TikTok, like just chatting in the DMs, basically?
Yeah, it starts on Instagram, but you can find artists through Spotify. Like there's like a way that they show you how to find artists. It's quite easy. You just kind of find an artist that's not huge that you like, and then once you found one, then you just use the generated playlists and artists similar to that artist. You scroll down on Spotify and comes up with a list of them, and you can keep refreshing it, and it just keeps putting up new artists every time.
Nice.
And then there's this website called Viberate, and it's basically just a website for it sounds kind of sus.
I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking.
But it's like a whole directory of artists. You can like filter it to genre, audience size,
right,
and it kind of collates all of their data, like their Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, any socials they have, puts it all in one place, and then you can kind of just find artists on there. It's literally I'd look at it the other day. It's really good. It's just literally it's just a website for finding artists. That's the whole point of the website.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's the two main places. You can do it through Facebook groups as well, but I'm not really on Facebook like that, so I might start with the other two first.
You know what? I've been listening to Gary Vee's latest book, and I always listen to what he says as well, because I feel like that's just the man for content. He's telling people, like, in that book to get on Facebook. He's saying because Facebook went through that phase where all of a sudden it just became like everyone's mom and dad that was on there, and it was like kids weren't really interested in it. But then he thinks that's probably why they had a rebrand and went to Meta, to kind of get away from that, obviously to group everything together, but then to sort of have a rebrand and refresh it. And he thinks because people, like younger people, stopped using Facebook, they'll probably start doing what new platforms do. So for example, when TikTok first started, they'd give everyone like so many views, and like, they make you think that it's easy to blow up because it's a new platform. You want all this engagement. It keeps you excited, keeps you on it. So that'll be something that Facebook are going to do, because they've introduced new things for. I think it's been out for a while, but I think you can monetize like your reels and stuff on Facebook now. Haven't like explored it properly, so I don't know the ins and outs. But he's saying like Facebook pages or like groups will be a thing, and obviously posting reels and stuff on there as well. But like with any platform, you just gotta like tweak things to make it suitable for their platform. But it's just something I haven't really thought about, because I had so many Facebook issues this year with like my ad account and shit. I had to scrap my whole Facebook page and my whole personal account, and I've started like fully fresh. I've got like no followers on there, no nothing, but I can finally run ads again. So
that's the main thing.
Yeah, it's one thing I haven't even like thought about, to be even like posting content on Facebook as well. But
I feel like it's the neglected platform.
Yeah, it feels like it, man. Yeah. But maybe it's a slept on area, because if not everyone's using it, then you can kind of fill that space before everyone else does, before it's too late and everyone's on it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's always been there. I feel like, it's just
everyone knows it.
Yeah, it's just like, why have we not been posting on it? Like, happy to post TikToks and reels and YouTube videos, but not just no content on Facebook.
Yeah,
strange.
Because you go on there, like it's rare that I use it to like scroll through. Especially my new one now, because I've got no one on it. But like on my old one, where I had just like loads of random people I met in the past, so I don't even know, but you just scrolling through and you just reading people either complaining about something, or they'll be like, does anyone know if Tesco's open tomorrow? Like,
who's this
someone's
cat?
mum will just be like, yeah, someone's mum will be posting, has anyone seen this cat, like please share it. It's just like they're from Manchester, but it's a cat in like Oklahoma.
Yeah. It's like a dead
from 7 years ago.
Shit picture as well. I can't even see the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just feels like a weird space.
I get that on my Facebook all the time. There's it's like 2 pages that keep popping up, and it's like parking like a twat in Lincolnshire. So there's just like old people go, this bloody idiot parking outside my house.
Yeah.
And then there's like a Louth. There's like a Louth group, and people just moan about Louth on there, like the roads are rubbish, like too many potholes and all this.
Oh man, they're the funniest groups, man. When you join your local area group, it's just for the laugh, just to see. Because sometimes you want to join just in case you need to, like, I don't know, maybe you need to find a plumber one day, and you can post like, can anyone recommend a plumber? And then all of a sudden you've got one. But then you start getting the notifications for that group, and you just see how miserable everyone is. And there's some pictures of people parking in the wrong space, or there'll be like a bunch of kids just fucking around outside, and someone will take a picture and post it and say like, whose kids are these? They're messing about at 10 p.m. at night. Where's kids these are? Come and collect them. I'm like, we've not got anything better to do. It's crazy.
So much effort, like a big long paragraph as well. It's like, that's it.
And then everyone in the comments like, yeah, you're right, hon, just shared for you. Like,
all the like same all their mates from the street. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it's funny. Facebook is funny, to be fair. We need to get on that.
Yeah.
Start
like
stirring
my mum
up
will send me stuff, because I feel like the videos that end up on Facebook, they've already been through like Twitter, they've been through TikTok and everything, and then 6 months later your mum will find them on Facebook, and then she'll send me Adrian, have you seen this? So like, mum, that's like do that a year ago, mum.
Yeah. It's always those like really shit old memes that with like the impact text, like the really old meme text, and it's like some generic meme picture from like 2010.
Yeah.
They're like, oh bloody hell, have you seen this? Like, yeah. Good one, mum.
It's funny, man.
Yeah. It's
so
funny.
I should start posting there.
Yeah. That's the new monopoly.
We'll see. Man.
Yeah.
Could be a thing.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think you'll post on it at some point?
I don't know. I might start off just by, I think I've linked my Facebook page to my Instagram now, so whatever I post on Instagram we'll just share on there. But it's probably not like the best way to do it. Yeah, I'll explore it and see. But there's just a lot of different platforms to think about, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe might just be worth uploading to, like the same Instagram content, but just directly onto Facebook. Maybe that might help it in the algorithm or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's not much more time. Yeah. So
I need to rebuild my followers on there, man. I've got like 2 people on there.
Get them back up again. But to be fair, if you start posting on there, maybe it will grow quick, like TikTok kind of, TikTok kind of growth in the early days.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Never had any luck with TikTok. I started posting a long time ago. I scrolled down to my first TikTok, and it was like when I lived in Cyprus, 2018 or something. Maybe even around 2018, 19. I just never had any luck with it. Like I had the odd video that's done well, but nothing, no like proper momentum or anything. Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because we've definitely missed that initial wave where it felt like it was a bit easier to go viral, but there's still new cases all the time of just people like randomly blowing up on TikTok. So it's not like it's fully dead or anything. It's still thriving. I don't think I've had anything to go like fully viral on TikTok. Memes tend to do it, man. But you know what? My memes do better on Instagram compared to TikTok, which is wild, because I thought they'd do better on TikTok, really.
Yeah, TikTok's strange. I think it's just the whole different style of content. I think that just the stuff we post on Instagram isn't what TikTok wants. I think it's more simple, not easy content, but just like more simple content. Just more about the caption, really, because it's quick, isn't
Less
it?
edited, just more natural stuff.
Yeah, because I guess when like To be honest, I don't really scroll that much on TikTok. I don't really use it, but whenever I do, like, just go through stuff, it is like quick stuff in it. Like, you just want to see like a funny caption, or like a funny picture with a caption, and then you just scroll to the next one. That's it.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah.
Lollipop was saying that as well. She's saying like a lot of the content that she posts on there is just more like playful stuff, a bit more natural. Like, she kind of plays into the whole like female producer thing, and come mum saying dinner's ready and things like that. She does that quite well. But I'm only just, wherever I post on like Instagram Reels, I'll just post sort of the same thing on TikTok, which probably isn't the best way to do it. You should always like tweak it a bit, I think, or at least tweak the caption or something. But yeah, maybe we should experiment with just more natural stuff and less like edited. But saying that, the tips tend to do well. Like, if I post like FL Studio tips and it's just like, I don't know, whatever it is, like how to sidechain or just like a quick tip that they can learn, those tend to do pretty well. But then like the full cook up videos where you're making a full beat, they don't perform as well for some reason. Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Just finding the right thing. But the tips one I've noticed, they do quite well, don't they? Has FL Studio been posting stuff as well? I got the email saying they're like they've got like a FL Studio series, so basically just make content for FL Studio and they'll repost it if it's like decent, or like they'll use it on their own page or something. I'm not sure if it's the same email I got, but they were doing sort of like almost like a placement series where you can break down a track that's been placed, and they'll do a collab post with you. So I've done a couple of those with them. Well, I've done one like placement one with them, and then I've done one, I think it was just a cook up I did with FL Cloud. I did it for YouTube, and then we just collabed on a joint post for the reel. But I didn't know if they were just like reposting or re-uploading stuff that wasn't to do with them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They might be. Did we speak about the that drama that kicked off with FL not too long ago? Did we speak about it on the pod? You know what? I missed out on this. I don't know if we spoke about it, or I've been seeing like videos pop up on my, when I scroll down my feed on YouTube, and there'll be a lot of like videos, FL controversy or FL is cancelled, and I just try to avoid these negative videos, man, because you can easily get sucked into it. I'll see it and I'm like, oh, FL's cancelled, what have they done? I'm like, stop it, man, like move on. So I'm purposely like not clicking on it. But if you've watched any videos, then do tell me. Well, it wasn't, to be honest, it wasn't that bad. It was more of a clickbaity kind of thumbnail, all those videos talking about it. But basically, some guy, just some hobbyist, small, very unknown producer, just did it, like kind of like in the early stages, like, but not on a huge following. And basically, he just tweeted his friend. We did talk about this. I think I'm tripping. Maybe you did say, but he tweeted his friend. He tweeted something about a crack or something, and then he did get his account blocked. Thing. And FL Studio said like something like, they tweeted back saying, this, what was it, like, something will be the least of your worries. Like, it was like a big like threaty kind of tweet, saying that like, you crack, like, you've just, you're cracking our stuff, like this is like this, but this, finding a cracked version is going to be the least of your worries, because they had like all of his socials like like taken down and everything. So they were just kind of people like I think Weaver Beats posted something about it, and he was saying like it was just a bit low of them to find someone who just find like a real small person. I think basically the tweet got cult traction for some reason, which he wasn't expecting. And then obviously FL Studio store it. So Weaver was like, we've all cracked FL at some point in our lives. Like, everyone's cracked Photoshop or like Ableton and Logic in the beginning, and then once you realize that music can be a career path, then you buy it, and then but I half agree with him, but at the same time I was like, it's still like not the best thing to do, because we all know we shouldn't be cracking it. And with FL Studio, it's so cheap anyway. It's like such a low entry point, like one of the cheapest stores, right? So and I guess they don't charge like monthly, and you get lifetime updates, so it is a lot better compared to others. So it's a tricky one, because I guess it's like people pirating our kits. Like, it's annoying. I'd rather people don't pirate the kits. But there's ways to handle that. Like, if I found out someone pirated my kit, I'm not just going to be like, oh, let's get the socials taken down, let's destroy this guy. Like, it is what it is. Like, people are gonna do it. And I had something recently where, so when people like share my kit on Reddit, if I don't do it all the time, because obviously you get one closed down and then another one just pops up. But usually if I do a launch, like I'll just search just to see, because you don't want it to be pirated straight away, because you do put a lot of time and effort into it. So I'll get those taken down. And then when I dropped this kit, I saw like a whole Reddit forum of people saying like, anyone got Secret Trap Suite? So then me on my personal account, I just said, yeah, I've got it, and then just left the link to the actual landing page. And then
Nice.
just a couple of people commented back, but then one person commented saying like, this is pretty funny, but I wouldn't have actually heard about this kit if it wasn't for this subreddit, and I've just bought it, by the way. So I was like, oh shit. So maybe there's some value in people like trying to kit swap, because then whoever's using Reddit, they'll kind of see you talking about that. And if everyone's talking about this kit, saying, oh, we want this kit, anyone's got this kit, people might be like, oh, there's a hype around this kit, so maybe let's go buy it. So that led to something positive. But that was just me kind of joking around in there. I wasn't like, all right, let me find these users, let me make sure they're cancelled and blocked and everything. So
it's just a lot of effort,
I'm not
isn't
go
it,
to that extreme. It seems a bit sour.
So it just seemed a bit like not FL Studio-ish to do, to get someone to get someone deleted and everything. Because it's like one case out of like a lot of, so many kids crack it initially. So it's like, what?
I know, And most people do start off with cracked software. It's like, it's just the thing, isn't it? Everyone starts off like that. I'm sure some of the biggest producers out there, you hear them in interviews, they all start off with a cracked piece of software, and then once they start getting somewhere with it, then they put money back into it. Yeah,
exactly. I think as a kid, you can't expect kids to, even, I know FL Studio is the cheapest, but it's still, at least 100 and something quid, right, for the basic model, the basic version. So you can't expect.
I wonder if it being so accessible as well, being like the easy one to crack for so long. I don't know what it's like now, but I'm sure at one point it was probably like the easiest door to crack. I wonder if that's the thing that made it so big, because it was so accessible. Like, I wonder if they were from the start like so strict on the cracks and like no one could get it. I wonder if people would have just moved to something else, like whatever was easiest to crack, and it wouldn't be the thing it is today. Yeah,
that's true. Because I feel like we've it's been long enough now, isn't it, to the point where like producing's got a bit more popular. Kids like young, like us, like people younger than us, got onto it with the cracked version, got really good, and now they're starting to blow up. So the whole timeline's kind of gone to the point now where like there is a lot more viral producers all using FL, and they probably all started with the cracked one. So it's like it's probably like a benefit to them in the long run, like a long-term play in terms of getting FL Studio as a more well-known DAW. So
gosh, the one thing that I don't like though is the producers who are fine with pirating kits and cracking software, but then they'll complain about rappers taking the beat off YouTube. That's the bad thing. It's like, if you're fine with stealing someone's shit, you've got to be fine with other people stealing your shit. Exactly.
You can't have it both ways.
And I also don't like the entitlement of some people where they just expect everything for free. It's like you'll drop a kit and then people are like complaining that it's not free, and like we've got to make a living. It's like, you probably cracked your FL Studio, you're pirating kits, and then when we drop a kit, it's like you're saying, why isn't this free? This should be free. We support your videos. So I'm like, that's just so, I don't know, it's just a proper sense of entitlement where you just expect everything to be given to you. Like, people need to make a living somehow.
Exactly. And it's crazy as well, because it's like, you put out, we all put out free videos. At the minute you're putting out like crazy, like hour-long masterclasses for certain genres, start to finish, mixing, everything, completely free every week, sometimes twice a week. Obviously all the short form content with tips and stuff. So this is like, we're just feeding a lot of value every week. And then you put a product together, a little bit of promotion in compared to the amount of free stuff that we put out, and then and people still complain, like, how dare you try and make a little bit of money from
it's wild.
From a product. But then it's like, you got corporates like Coca-Cola who literally give you diabetes, and then that's all they do. You can't get a free can of Coke, you know. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't know why there's a thing about people like producers making money. Like people seem to just hate on us making money somehow. It's like, why?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think the best way I've done it now is just every time I put a kit out, just put a free version of it out, like a smaller version, then they can't complain. So it's obviously not as big, but it's still something.
Still something.
Yes, to please those guys. But I think another important thing to say is like, and we should probably mention it, is like people, the producers say, oh yeah, like why isn't it free? You know, we support your videos and you know you get a lot of views. You must be making a killing from YouTube. But let's just put it out there now that like to get a good wage from YouTube, like for the views don't pay that well for music production content. It's not like the reason why we put out premium kits and products and courses and stuff is to help keep putting out content, you know, help keep putting out free content, because the ad revenue, unless you're getting a lot of views every video that's, you know, accumulating over time, it's not like a huge packet. So yeah, and I think that's just something that producers don't see. They see a good amount of views and they just assume we're making bank, when it's not like, it isn't that kind of bag, you know. It's not that kind of bag compared to other niches. So
if you were only relying on YouTube views for your income, you'd have to be getting like millions of views every month.
Yep.
At least, like, to make a decent living. I'd say for every like million views you get, I wonder what the conversion is. Do you think it's about like $2,000 to $3,000 for every million views you get a month?
Something like that. Yeah.
So almost similar to streams, I guess, but it works a bit different because it depends what industry you're in, what type of content you're posting, and how many like ads. But you don't really change like the amount of ads anymore, do you? But yeah, it's not what people think. So like for people who want to start YouTube channels, like you just got to think about how you can benefit from that attention. It's like you use YouTube for the attention, and then it's like, okay, where do you send people from there? And it's like for producers, the natural thing is to do kits. So that's why it's like the best way to support YouTubers, like whatever product they're selling. Sometimes it is just a way to support, because obviously the views and everything, it's amazing to have, but like you said, that's not the thing that really pays the bills and allows you to keep uploading videos. Like if we didn't have any kits and didn't do anything, there's no way we could upload this much content. Yeah.
We'd all probably be working second jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it is like, I think it's important to say, because I mean, I don't blame them, because like if you don't know, then you just assume that anyone that's got a decent amount of popularity on a platform are just making good money, when it's just not the case. There's some people with like a lot smaller channels that you don't know of that have got like 6-figure businesses because they're more on the business side, and they kind of got that stuff together and they put all the time into that. They don't upload as many videos. And obviously we're uploading more, so it's more like it's more just having to put more time into the content. So it's that's the lowdown of it, people, if you didn't know. So
of course, man. And obviously I wonder what I think we spoke about this before, but I wonder what the highest paid type of content is. Is it the finance sector that get?
Real estate or something.
Is it
something like that?
So
it's real
like,
estate and
it's
finance.
weird that like depending on what type of content you post, you'll get paid more for AdSense. So like for anyone that's listening, AdSense is just, so when I think there's like a certain threshold you hit on YouTube. I think it's like 1,000 subs, and then there's a certain threshold for watch time, is it, before you can start monetizing your videos?
Yeah, I think it changed recently. Like they reduced it. Let me see.
Did they?
Yeah.
All that happens is you can agree to monetize your video, and I just click like yes now. Like you used to be able to choose where you have like ad inserts and everything. Do you still have that? Because I think I just leave it on the normal settings now. I used to change it.
Yeah,
but now they're just like, they're not giving you an option.
Over 8 minutes, I think you can add more ads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Saying subscribe count at least.
You can't choose like what ads are going in there, because some people think, oh, do you choose what ads you want in there? But no, you just agree to monetize your video, and then it's the people that are paying for advertisements. They'll say, it depends on how they set them up. But let's say, for example, if I'm selling a VST, you can like go into Google and you can target, okay, let me target people like Cactus, let me target Ocean and LLB, and then their ads will start popping up in videos like that, and they'll find like audiences that watch similar stuff. So it's not like we can go in and say, oh yeah, we only want ads from like this company and that company. We just agree to have ads, and then you only get paid. I think it's if people watch like over 5 seconds of the ad, like if they're just skipping it, I don't think you get paid for that. And then it also depends if they're a premium member or not. So I think if premium members watch the videos, obviously they don't see ads, but then I can't remember how the conversion works, but I'm just saying, like, we don't control like what ads are on there. We don't control really like how many are on there. It's just they're just there. And people in different industries, like if we were doing finance videos, obviously we'd get people in the finance industry wanted to push ads on our type of videos, and for whatever reason YouTube pays those guys more than what they pay like the music industry. So we're like quite low down, I think, compared to a lot of other sectors out there. I
think so. Just below half, I think, something like that. But yeah, it's crazy, man. And as well, like the money that we like, the AdSense isn't stable as well. It's fluctuating depending on the market, you know, how many people are running ads and the amount they're paying for ads and impressions. So 1 month we could have, let's say we had like 1 million views in 1 month. Let's say 1 month it could be 4K. The next month, for the exact same amount of views, it could drop to like 1,500, or it could go, you know, a little bit lower. It could go a little bit higher. So it's that fluctuates as well. So we're not really in control of our own income directly through YouTube. So this is why we make products, and this is why you have like, you know, external offers, you know, on our websites and courses and stuff like that, because it's just a way for us to kind of make a more, I guess, like more predictable income. You know, if we drop this kit with a certain amount of people getting excited for it, we know roughly this is the certain amount of people that's going to end up buying it, and then we can kind of predict it that way. And then from that we can figure out how many kits we need to drop, and then obviously still put out free stuff. But yeah, it just helps us, you know, helps us be more sustainable.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think in the long run as well, I think it's good to have like a high ticket offer as well. I think a lot of producers don't look at this, and I think this is good for a lot of producers, because basically 99% of the content on YouTube is just for selling kits and type beats, you know. I'm not guilty, well, not guilty, but I've made videos about it, and a lot of YouTube producers have done it, where they say, you know, ways to make money, and then they say like sample packs, selling beats, and then basically doing YouTube. But I think to a brand new producer to a producer who's good but is brand new to the business side of it, it can sound quite appealing, but I don't think they realize that it does take that stuff does take a while to build up. So it is good to have that stuff, to build that stuff up over time, but at the same time, I think it's important now to have some kind of offer where you can manually go out and reach out to either other producers or other artists, and have some kind of offer where you can get them on a call, get to know the person, find out any issues they're having, and then build up an offer where you can that client can pay you anywhere between 1 to 3, you know, 1 to 3,000, 4,000 per client, because that way all you need is 2 or 3 for the month, and then you're making a decent amount. You'd have to work a job, and you can still slowly build up, you know, the exciting stuff like the sample pack stuff, you know, stuff that you don't have to work too much for to get the income. So yeah, I think that's a big gap. I don't know what you do, but I think that's a big gap in the producer content stuff, you know, helping producers make money.
Because a lot of people just see what other creators are doing, and we've done it as well, where we've just seen that, okay, like the game is you make YouTube tutorials, you sell kits, courses, and then maybe move on to a plugin, but there's only like certain people doing that as well. But everyone like wants to follow that same process then, and then all of a sudden you've got thousands of producers doing the same thing, and then it becomes harder to compete because there's so many different people doing it, and it all boils down to like the attention that you create as an individual. Like, I don't think you always have to compare yourself to what other producers are doing. It's like, I think everyone's got space to build their own audience, and then people will show support, or they'll want to use the sounds that you create because you've built up that trust, I guess. Like if they're watching you cook up beats with your sounds and they like your beats, then they'll want to use the sounds that you're using, you know. But because everyone's like following that same process and just copying what the other people are doing, there's all these slept on markets that like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And to sell, like to be able to make like a couple grand a month like selling kits, you have to sell a lot of kits, like, especially if you're just dropping like a drum kit for like £30 or something. You've got to sell like so many copies to get to that. Whereas if you do something like what you're doing, it's like, yeah, you find like 2 clients that are willing to pay, and there's people out there that are willing to pay. Think about how many artists are out there in the world. Like there's so many. A lot of these guys, like if you're dealing with rappers as well, it's like a lot of these guys are trapping, so they've got trap money to spend. Like they're spending grands on music videos, so it's like, why not like link up with someone and invest? And then there's other guys who might be working a full-time job, they're saving up some money and they're just trying to invest in themselves musically, and then they don't know what to do. But then you've got someone like you who's experienced in the content side, like you know how to mix, master, like produce, and they might not know anyone, because not everyone has someone around them who can produce and make music with. So you might have someone in just like a random city who doesn't have like any musical connections but has a bit of money to spend. I think you'd be surprised at like how many people are out there like willing to spend money to help themselves grow.
Exactly. And I know people watching this now are probably thinking like, okay, well, I can't sell a beat for $30. How, you know, how's an artist going to end up spending, you know, $1,000 to work with me? Like, you know, a couple grand to work with me. It's like, you'd be very surprised, because if you do the process right, and if you sort of position yourself in the right way, instead of just saying, you know, DMing someone saying, you know, I've got beats, can I send you beats? If you position it in a totally different way, where you're more of an actual producer who can help them start to finish, you know, you can help them with the content side of it, and just build an offer tailored to that specific person, and actually help to see them through that whole process of producing. Maybe you help them mix in, mastering. You can help. Yeah, if you get 2 or 3 clients, you know, you can easily get something paying, you know, 1,500, you know, per project. And if you got to think in the artist shoes as well, like you said, Jay, like if it's a smaller independent artist who doesn't really know the way around yet, they're not looking for some big label to come and sign them. Maybe they think they need that, but like they're not looking for that initially. All they want to do is see the process. You know, it's almost like, it's like us as producers at the beginning, we're not trying to land placements, or maybe some producers think they need to as well, but we want to learn the ins and outs of actual beat making. We need to figure out how to get our beats to a certain level. Then we need to figure out, okay, got the beats good, now we need to figure out content and marketing. So there's all these little steps that we forget we need to go through, you know, that you need to go through to get to the end goal, or not even end goal, but you know what I mean.
Of course.
And artists are exactly the same. So yeah, don't think that artists don't need to, you know, they'll find the money if they want to. If you position yourself in a way where you can really truly help them, they'll find money to invest. It's like I heard some guy say, like a rapper or like an artist will happily spend like £400 on a Gucci t-shirt, but they're still not buying your £40 beat. It's like, okay, well, who's the problem? Like it's the producer not putting themselves in the right position to, you know, seem as valuable. You know, they're happy to spend money on a t-shirt and a hoodie, but not, you know, less than half that on a beat. It's like, you're the problem, not the artist. I guess there's this stigma attached to artists where people think artists aren't paying for beats, like artists are this, like there's all this negative stigma attached, but that's just like a handful of artists. Like there's a lot of genuine people out there who will pay for beats. It's clear because people are running huge type beat channels where people are buying a lot of beats, like sales are like huge on BeatStars, so there's clearly people out there who are willing to pay. It's just you're obviously not doing enough to capture that audience. The beats aren't just going to sell themselves. I guess it's like with producers as well. There's producers who you could say, producers don't buy sample kits, they just pirate them all, but there's still a large amount of producers who want to do it the right way and show support and actually buy the kits. So it works both ways. Exactly. Producers want to invest. Some producers want to invest in themselves, and they'll pay like large amounts for courses. Some artists want to invest in themselves, and they'll pay large amount for a producer package, like what you're doing. Like, just how it is. You can't say like all artists don't pay for beats, or all producers
pirate kits. It's like there's no all. Like everyone has. It's just broken up into different types of people.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a lot bigger than what people think is. Like the music, circle. Obviously, it's going to start small if you're making a certain type of beat, or like you're starting to get good at certain music. You're obviously going to niche down. But as soon as you kind of figure out your DAW, you're fluent with your DAW, and you can start branching out and making different genres. Like there's music works so differently in every genre. It's not it's never the same process. So like hip hop, rap, it is mainly just like beats and stuff. Like you do have to venture out into like R&B and Afro and pop and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the whole process is totally different for pop. They have songwriters who they pay. They have a producer, and then they have session music. There's a whole different process for pop, and then same for R&B, and then it's different artist to artist as well. Some artists need help with writing. Some artists can do the whole writing process themselves. It's totally random, but yeah, we kind of put ourselves in a bubble, and then we think that's everything. That's the be all and end all. When there's you broaden your horizons. There's a whole there's a massive sea of artists all doing different things and paying different prices that you can get into. So
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So they're out there, man. Just gotta work hard.
Just gotta go get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So all right, I think should we wrap there, do you think? 11 o'clock.
Yeah, definitely, man. I thought that was a good one. I think a lot of people will find that useful.
Yeah,
it makes a change to talk about music, because sometimes we just fuck around and we'll just talk about anything, which I think some people like as well, because not everyone's always in the mood to hear about business and marketing and everything. Some people just want to unwind and hear some people just chat shit, which is fine. But it's always good to mix it up. So hopefully people found it useful.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we appreciate you all for watching or listening. We'll see you in the next one. We're missing Ocean this week, but he'll be back next week.
Yep. See you guys. Peace.
Peace.